Okay, so this is behavioral therapy, our second video recording with Jane, and I'm going to be practicing desensitization with her today. So, Jane, thank you for coming in. I know that after last week when we spoke, you said that the therapy session had helped you. You were feeling a little bit better.
Yeah, a little bit.
How did your week go after that? What's going on?
It was okay. I'm just still struggling with dealing with my ex-husband. I mean, just in general. Everything about him, I get so mad every time.
Has this been kind of the typical pattern of your relationship up until now, or is this more because of the divorce?
It's the divorce. I mean, we got along fine when we were married, but then he chooses to go and, get a new young model girlfriend, and, he doesn't pay the child support, but yet they're on a vacation in Hawaii, but he can't afford to pay child support. Every time I think about him, I just get so mad.
I can see that. I mean, when you
Yes.
show me that body and you're just wanting to grip. So how does that anger manifest itself? What's been going on with that?
What do you mean manifest?
So when you give me an example of, he does something, like take off to Hawaii, and it just angers you, what does that anger look like, and how do you release that anger?
You mean like besides me wanting to choke him?
Yeah.
Well, I yell at our son because I'm frustrated. And I know it. I mean, I know that it comes out that way, but I don't know, I guess probably I've been drinking a little bit more than I used to. Maybe a little bit.
What do you mean by maybe a little bit more?
Well, like for instance, the other night, he comes and picks up our son 2 hours late. So frustrating. And I had plans, but of course that didn't matter, so I couldn't go to my plans, and so then I just stayed home, and I was so mad that I just took a bath, and I drank some wine. No, I didn't probably drink more than I usually do.
What is usual for you when you use that term?
I mean, I guess usual would be like a glass or two with my friends, and you're like when I go out, like normal people.
Sure. But when you're in that bath mode and you're angry, what does that increase to?
I drank the whole bottle.
How long has that been going on for?
I guess since the divorce.
Which has now been, we're in November. I think that you were starting to tell me that back in March was when he had.
Yeah, that's when he filed.
Okay. So.
And I thought like 90 days, I thought we would be done. I mean, that's all my girlfriend said. Divorces are like 90 days, and then, we'll have a big party. No, it's been horrible because he's fighting me on everything.
Is that also adding to the anger? Is the length that this is taking, that your expectation is not being met for a quick and tidy end to divorce?
We had an agreement that I was going to have like primary custody, and he was going to get our son on all the weekends. Like I was going to give up every weekend.
Mm-hmm. But
he's not like, he doesn't think that it's important to get our son to school on time. He's 6. It's a little important to get him to school on time.
A bit, yeah.
So I have him during the week, and I get him to school, and I help him with his homework, and I do all that, and then he can go be Disneyland out on the weekend with him and his little girlfriend, go ride ponies with her, whatever. But he's not doing that now. Now he wants primary custody, and they want to have this like nice, neat little family, and it's not what we agreed on.
Yeah. Well, and it sounds as well like it's not the expectation you had that once you two split, that was going to be the end, and these are the terms, and this is how it'll be. It sounds like it's going to be a longer negotiation, but I appreciate you coming forward and at least telling me how you're feeling about that, because I think that anyone that's in your position would probably share that your sentiments on that are not too far off from what the typical response would be. I mean, I see that the frustration and the anger's there when you talk about this, so I can understand that this is very frustrating. I haven't gone through divorce, myself, so I can't say I know how you feel. But I can see what it's bringing up in the way emotions
Yeah,
for you.
and I've had headaches like for weeks, and I'm sure it's just because I'm so mad all the time. On his Facebook, they're out to dinner, and he's just bought her a new car. And never bought me a new car. We were together for 10 years. I never got a new car.
And again, that looks like it's making you angry.
Yeah.
What is it about that really makes you angry? What's the one thing? Is it that there's not a fair, equitable way he treats you versus the way he treats her?
I don't know what it is. I just get so mad. Like everything. My girlfriend says, well, delete him off your Facebook and you wouldn't have to see it. But there's part of me that wants to, because then it reinforces that I don't want to be with him. Because I think there's part of me for a long time that wanted to. But I don't want to be with somebody that's like that.
Sure.
I mean, just the thought of him makes me so angry.
Well, and not only the emotions that are involved in a relationship, but you brought up how it's starting to affect you physically. That you're starting to get headaches from this, and so maybe that husband-wife relationship that's causing you these issues might not be what you want. But you also voiced concern that you do want him to be a part of your kid's life, that you want him to have this visitation because he's your child's father, which is totally understandable. So what do you think then, Jane, we could do, or what do you think that you ought to do in order to maybe help to establish some boundaries so that this isn't affecting you in a negative way?
I don't know. I wish he would just pay his child support. That's one of the things. I work full time and I can barely afford the rent, and he won't pay his child support that he's court ordered to pay. But yeah, he can afford to go on vacation.
Okay, so that's going to be a big one, is to make sure that he's abiding by the rules that have been set for him. So, Jane, I want to come back for a second because you mentioned that the headaches have been going on now. How long have they been plaguing you?
A couple weeks, maybe a month.
About a month. And how severe are they?
Well, I didn't go to work on Tuesday because they were so bad.
Because of the headaches. Would you label them as migraines, or are they just really, really bad headaches?
I don't know. I've never had a migraine,
Okay.
so I don't know. But it was so bad that I was like sick to my stomach.
Okay. So not just a headache, but it's also causing some nausea. Okay. So there's some physiological responses. It sounds like that your body's having to deal with.
Yeah.
Because of this. It sounds like because of the anger, because of the stress.
I just say that my ex-husband makes me sick.
Okay. Which he could be a direct, correlation as to why you're feeling this way. What I'm concerned about, what it sounds like you're saying as well, is that it's not so much him, because he can't directly cause you to be ill unless he's putting something in your food. But it's your emotional response to the stressors that you're going through right now. I mean, you're having to deal with the divorce. You're having to worry about financial issues. You're having to worry about your son getting to school on time. You're still trying to manage home with a job. I mean, you've got a lot on your plate right now. But what I worry about is the, like I said, the physiological responses. So not only is this stress, on your mind 24/7, but now it's starting to cause anger. And this anger, it sounds like, is manifesting itself, affecting your physical, well-being.
Yeah.
You're getting headaches. You're starting to feel nauseous. Have there been any other symptoms that you've experienced?
I'm not sleeping very good. But, if I take the bath and then have some wine, I sleep better.
Okay, so I was just going to come back to that. So let me ask you. You said that you were using the bath and wine technique for the anger, and now you're telling me you're using it for the sleep as well when you're having sleep problems. How are you handling the headaches?
Probably with some wine too. But I can't do that at work. I would get fired.
Sure.
So,
which is good.
So on Tuesday, I didn't go to work because I had a headache. Probably could have went to work in the middle of the day, but I had some wine to get rid of my headache, and I couldn't go to work then. But you're not going to tell my boss that, right?
What we talk about in here is confidential.
Okay.
I don't need to share it with anybody else. It's client counseling privilege. Okay. So yeah. But I thank you for being honest, because what I'm hearing you say, if I'm hearing you correctly, is that you started to notice that this alcohol use is becoming a little bit more just the anger? Why don't we take a break for a second, and,
Okay.
and then we'll come right back.
Okay.
Still coming.
It's still fine.
Would you say that's accurate, Jenny? Are you worried about the amount of alcohol that you're taking?
I don't know if I'm worried about it, but I guess okay, so the other night when I was taking a bath, and I was drinking some wine, my son really started coughing when he was sleeping, and I realized when I got out of the bathtub, I think I was a little intoxicated and with my son there. And I don't want that to ever jeopardize him. So I don't know that I'm worried about me, but I think I'm worried about him.
And so let's follow that for a second. You said that the other night it happened, you were taking your bath and kind of going through your ritual while he was sleeping. Do you usually wait until he's asleep? Or is this more of a... Okay.
No, I mean, I wouldn't do that when he was awake because, he's going to climb in the refrigerator or something.
That's good that you're being a responsible parent in that regard. So, okay. Well, here's what I'd like to suggest to you, Jane. You tell me how this sounds, because you talked about, you wish you didn't feel so angry. You wish, he wasn't making you angry. We've talked about how, your ex-husband can't come and push a button on you and automatically make you angry. It's got to be a lot of, emotion regulation, it sounds like. Because it might not just be him. It might be his new woman that might start pushing some of these anger buttons. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
What does the eye roll mean? It sounds like that might have already happened.
She comes with him to pick up our son, and she stands on the porch, and she's like, "How are you?" And she talks to him like he's 2. It drives me insane. He's 6. He's a small child, but he's not a toddler that you have to talk to him like he's a toddler.
Sure.
And she acts like she knows everything about him, and they're best buddies, and she's like the flavor of the week. I mean, it's good.
Has your husband had more than her as a relationship since you've all
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So she might not be a lasting relationship.
She's not.
Okay. So maybe that's a good thing for you to pick up on, is that these different people that might come into your child's life and your ex-husband's life, they might play an impact on you. They might affect you good or bad. You might really like them. They might really turn you off. Keying into that though is going to be a critical component for you, because when we talk about emotion regulation, it's going to be important for you to be able to notice. Am I getting triggered? Am I getting angry? Is this person starting to rev me up? So. But not only with relationships, I mean work. I remember a few weeks ago when you were in here, you were talking about the new coworker you guys had. Does she still kind of push your buttons, or is that subsided now that she's getting to know the ropes?
It's better, but I also, kind of worked on those things that you and I talked about, and I don't think that she bugs me quite as much anymore. That, and I've got new projects at work that I'm really, really busy with, and
Okay.
But yeah.
So let's go back then, because I want to focus on the anger. It sounds like between the relationship between you and your ex. Okay, so what we're going to do in desensitization today is I want to give you a scenario. I'm going to have you imagine in your head an interplay between you and your ex-husband, conversation, whatever's going to go on. And then what we're going to do is see if we can't help you to learn a new technique of how to cope with that anger, versus the bathtub and the alcohol that's starting to worry you, so that we can take that worry off the plate. Because I don't think, and you tell me your opinion, but I don't know if it would really be positive or helpful for anybody if they're having to constantly worry about, hey, maybe my son's coughing, or maybe he needs it.
I mean, if he ever needs anything, I want to make sure that I'm prepared to help him.
Sure. Okay. So let's do this. So I want you to sit there, Jane, and I want you to make yourself comfortable. Okay, just in your chair. You don't have to go anywhere. Okay, and we're just going to practice the breathing that we did previously. Okay, so just normal breaths. I just want you to just sit there and be relaxed. Okay, and during this visualization, if it helps, go ahead and close your eyes. Okay, because I'm just going to have you imagine something. If you don't want to, you want to keep them open, that's fine too. Okay, but I want you to help visualize. Okay, so where are you when these conversations with your husband are normally taking place? Is it at the house?
Yeah, usually it's when he comes to the door to pick up my son.
Okay, and And so describe to me your house. What does the front of your house look like?
So we have like this little step. Like as you open the door, it's only like maybe 3 or 4 feet wide, and then it's one more step down.
Okay.
And then it's the pathway, and he always it's only like 3 feet by 3 foot,
Okay.
maybe 4 foot by 4 foot. I don't know. But he always stands on a step,
Right by the front door.
so I can't really go anywhere.
Got it. Okay, so let's visualize that. Okay, so you're on your porch. Okay, go ahead and close your eyes.
Okay.
You've opened the door. Okay, you're standing there. Your son is waiting to go. It's been now 2 hours since he was supposed to have come to pick up the son. Okay, so your son's got his backpack on. He's ripped roaring, ready to go. You open the door. They're on the 3 foot, 4 foot section of porch.
It's both of them.
It's both of them. Okay, so I want you to keep breathing. Okay, I want you to see if you can unfold your arms if you can. Just relax. Okay, I just want you to sit there and imagine. Okay, because I see that that's starting to get you agitated. So he comes and says, "Hey, sorry I'm late. I'm here to pick up."
He
Johnny."
doesn't say sorry.
Okay, what does he say normally?
He doesn't even acknowledge me, and he just bends down, picks up my son like it's no big deal, and then she cuddles him, and then.
Okay, so now they've both gone through that ritual. They're
Mhm.
starting to push some buttons. You're starting to feel the anger. Okay, he just does he tell you when he's bringing him back?
No, I
Okay.
might even say, I'll see you Sunday at 6, right? And they just like talk amongst themselves, like what they're gonna do, and we plan to do this, and we're going here for dinner tonight, and I'm like, hello.
Okay, and then how long does that take? Maybe just a few seconds, and then they walk back down the path.
Yeah, but usually one of them will make like a snide comment, like,
So a little bit of chit chat, some small talk.
no, it's more like, something about me getting fat, or didn't you wear that last time we picked him up, or how come he's got dirty pants on, or it's always something.
Okay, some comment has been made now, and so
Mhm.
now your anger's even more pronounced. They're starting to really frustrate you, and they go to turn around and walk away, and you close the door. Okay, now what are you feeling that you want to do?
Choke him.
Choke him, and there comes that anger. Okay, now Johnny's out of the house though. He's not around to get choked. Okay, so we're gonna go, and you're starting to feel the desire to go take your bath.
Definitely.
You're starting to pick through your head as to what type of wine you want to drink. Okay, I think the red you said is your favorite.
Yes.
Okay. Here's where we want to interject. All of a sudden your phone rings. Okay? You go to pick it up. It's your best friend, Mary. She's giving you a call. Okay? You miss it, so it goes to your voicemail. So you're listening to her recording. And she's now inviting you to go out. There's a girls' night.
That would be fun.
They're going to go, and she's, she's Christian, so she's not going to go to the big bars or party scenes. She typically likes to take you out to dinner and a movie.
Yeah, we like dinner and a movie.
Yeah. So in that instance, how are you going to respond to that?
I'm going to call her, and first I'm going to tell her what an idiot my ex-husband is, and how his little tart of a girlfriend just left. But then I'm going to be like, I'm really glad you called, because I would love to go out for a girls' night.
Yeah, because you know that Mary doesn't want to really hear about that. She's supportive of you,
I know.
but you don't want to turn your night completely negative.
Right.
So that's what we're going to do. So go ahead and open your eyes now. How do you feel now that your friends?
I want to call Mary and go out for a girls' night.
Why?
Because that feels good.
The whole night feels good, or just getting that phone call, or what feels good about it?
Well, now that you mentioned it, I haven't seen Mary in like 2 weeks, and so that would be really fun to go out for a girls' night.
Yeah, she kind of misses you. You've been really, really busy. And she understands that. But this is an exercise that I want you to practice. Okay, so for the next several days, while we're going through our week, if you start feeling anger, if you start feeling something starting to get you upset, come back to this feeling. Because how are you feeling right now? Mary called you, said you felt excited.
Yeah.
What else?
I was thinking like, I want to wear that new dress that I haven't had a chance to buy.
Why? How does the dress make you feel?
Because I feel sassy in it.
Okay. And you like it?
Mm-hmm.
You picked it out all by yourself?
I
Okay.
was really good at it.
That's good. These are going to be positive reinforcements that you can look at to kind of change that. When we get out of that negative anger and come back to something that makes you feel good. So wear a dress or clothing that really makes you feel good. Go friends
Yeah.
that you really like spending time with and doing things that are gonna, be positive and help you out. Okay. This is gonna be your challenge. Okay. So throughout the week, until I see you next week, I want you to start putting some play. If you start feeling angry, and you don't only have to imagine that Mary's calling you. If you start feeling angry, pick up the phone and call Mary. And spend a little bit more time with her because she's single. She doesn't have.
Right. Yeah, she would love it.
She probably would. I think you're absolutely right. Okay. How do you feel about this? Do you feel like this is something that
I want to leave so I can go call Mary.
Okay, so we'll get to that. But do you think that this is going to be something that you can embrace and kind of start to implement?
I think I can. Yeah, because just having that different thought. I mean, I seriously want to choke him. I mean, because I get so tired of dealing with it, but I'm willing to give it a try.
And you know what? I encourage you to do it because remember, Jane, what you're feeling is not abnormal. Okay, it's normal to get angry. People feel this during a divorce. It's normal to go through these experiences of emotion, dysregulation. You got a lot of stress on your plate. But remember that these issues can cause anxiety, but that anxiety doesn't have to control us. Okay, and so using these techniques of calling Mary, they're absolutely going to get us back into the game, so that we can start feeling better about ourselves, start attacking the stressors with a little bit more of a clear mind, and you don't have to worry about walking around in that intoxicated fog heaven forbid while your son might need you,
Right.
or you don't have to worry about missing days of work because you've got a headache. Hopefully these symptoms can start to decrease. I want you to continue to monitor them though. If you start feeling more headaches or nausea, please talk to your doctor. We might need to start looking at some medication, regulations a little bit, maybe change some dosages there.
Okay.
But yeah, I think ultimately let's start putting some more of these practices in play. Because you said that you liked the previous, meditation and mindfulness that we've talked about. So this is
Maybe not choke my coworker.
Yeah, maybe not. But this is going to be just another tool in your toolbox that you can start using. So we'll get you built up. Okay.
Okay.
It sound good?
It felt good.
Well, thanks, Jane.
Thank you.